and welcome to Pointless Point of View. My name's Callum Taylor, and this week we have... What the hell was the choice again?
Captain America: The Winter
Captain America: Winter Soldier. Sorry, my brain fried there. Bad intro. But as always, we've got our Captain America film, Fraser's Choice, this week. But as always, he's not just Fraser, he is the handsome one, Mr. Doig.
Salmon.
Yeah, I saved that there. That was rough, my brain. Such a horrible day with this weather. But anyway, moving on. As usual, we've got our film, but we are kicking it off with some news. Fraser's going to fill us in with some news at the end, but I'll kick it off with my list, which seems to be predominantly Marvel related, but you know, fuck it, we love Marvel. But yeah, so I'll kick it off this week. We obviously did the Super Bowl, and with the Super Bowl comes some trailers.
Yeah,
and
most of the stuff that we kind of seen already. There's a lot of TV spots, which is kind of footage that we've kind of nothing that stood out massively enough.
Yeah, like A Quiet Place 2. It was literally just the same scene, but one moment with John Krasinski in it.
But apart from, Marvel Studios dropped the Disney Plus trailers for their Marvel shows.
So we got our sneak peek of Falcon and Winter Soldier. We got a WandaVision, and we got Loki. Not much on Loki, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Like a frame of Loki.
A frame of Loki. Well, no, it says something, so still.
Yeah, but it's still later. Nothing more.
But first of all, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Fraser. Mm-hmm. This just made me more hyped than I was before.
We see Falcon throwing the shield near a farmhouse.
And if it's Hawkeye's?
It's not Hawkeye's. And it's not Iron Man's. It's another farmhouse.
Right.
We get to see Baron Zemo without the hood.
Yeah, looks like he's standing straight across the Winter Soldier.
Yep. We get to see
US Agent running onto an American football field,
high-fiving some footballers and mascots.
Yeah,
getting fireworks.
Just as Captain America.
We get to see some people jumping in like sort of flight suits.
Yeah, I might have an idea who that is.
What are you saying? Like
it came up on one of my posts I was looking at the other day. It might be Hydra chasing them.
Right.
Because there's a specific scene in a comic where Hydra are following or trying to capture the Winter Soldier, and they're paragliding. To be fair, they look like, remember the Wasp, the Ant-Man film where the yellow Wasp person, Yellow Jacket.
Yeah.
They specifically had Dave at the time, but they've just kind of, it's like they've put it in the show a different way. So it's just Hydra chasing what looks like the Winter Soldier.
See, because I maybe thought it was like pre-stuff of like showing Falcon training.
Yeah, I thought the same time, but I don't see why they would do that. Like, I don't see the point in giving us a backstory.
Well, just give him more in depth, because all we've heard from him is really in the MCU. We've not heard about his past.
Winter Soldier. He talks specifically about his past,
but it's not. We don't get to see it. I mean, probably not, but that's the only thing I could have thought.
These shows are only 6 episodes, so I don't see them giving us a flashback episode.
Winter Soldier has short hair now.
Yeah.
With no long hair, which
I'm not happy about.
No, I miss the long hair.
Yeah, ditto. I maybe we'll try to blend in, but nah, miss the long hair.
I'd say that was about it from them.
Yes.
The date for
it is August this year.
Which is the one that we get first.
Yeah, which thank God.
Which is, it's not August, is quite far away, but not as far away as you might think. Yeah. Next we got, in that plus thing, we got WandaVision.
Yeah, which comes out in December. Just get it out there straight away. But I like the fact that it looks like an American sitcom, and every I don't know if it's going to be every 6 episodes is like that.
But what I like to think of it is that, so what you see in a lot in the trailer is that Vision is predominantly grey.
Yeah.
Like black and white, and she sort of moves from bit to bit. So what I think it is that she has his body.
Yeah.
Which is like not deteriorated because it's a robot.
Obviously, yeah.
And she uses her powers to go into his brain.
Yeah.
Which, like, the remnants of like what is active, and what is in his brain is basically what he dreamt his home life to be with her.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So the reason why he's black and constantly grey is that's when Thanos in Infinity War, when Thanos took the stone out of his head, that's what colour he went.
Yeah.
So because he's not back alive, he's still that colour, and she's trying to twist it where she can bring him back.
Yeah, because the thing is, you see predominantly as the trailer goes on, it starts to get colour. So I feel like that's her using her magic to bring him back. So I think progressively through it, it'll start to gain colour. And I feel like her magic's going to manifest these things real. And especially what I like that we hint at is they actually have they have kids in it.
Yeah.
Which is actually a thing in the comic universe. That
yeah, but in the other comic though, he has kids with another robot.
Yeah, that's the robot lady family. Yeah. But she specifically made 2 mutants pretty much, and brought them to life.
It's good if they do that, or they might just make it like another thing that he wished happened.
Yeah, but it'd be a nice tie into Doctor Strange, because Doctor Strange came in when she did that. When she made those kids, Doctor Strange came in and he was like, well, you've done something.
Well, what makes me think that Doctor Strange is going to appear in is because if she manages to bring him back, that is one of the timelines that maybe shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
And that's what makes him say, like, you did something that's not allowed. And you've changed history, you've changed the timeline, and he might have to intervene, and that's what might lead to timelines splitting off and fracturing, which then obviously bleeds into the Multiverse of Madness, which then bleeds into maybe X-Men and all that stuff, and Fantastic Four bleeding in, because I firmly believe that the stuff that she's going to do in this next phase she is going to be the one that cracks the universe
and brings the mutants.
Something she'll do, and it might be bringing back Vision, is what sets off. It makes a tear, and it starts off as a small tear, and then Doctor Strange makes it like it gets bigger and bigger, and maybe a villain comes from the tear. I do generally think that her bringing back, because when they talked about the show, they made it sound like a big deal. Yeah, and they did say that when they talked about all the shows like Loki and Falcon and Winter Soldier and all the She-Hulk and that, and when they talked about specifically WandaVision, they said it's going to tie into the movies. Yeah, like properly, like it's going to be connected, directly to a movie.
Yeah, because it literally the start of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse ties exactly into what happens in WandaVision.
So I genuinely think that she's going to be the one that starts this ball rolling.
So do you think, like, at episode 6, she just fucking cracks, and you literally just see it unfold, and then it stops?
I don't think it's going to be that big. I think that obviously I think it's going to be something like that, but I feel like it's going to be explored more in Doctor Strange, where the things that he's dealing with is going to be directly involved with what she did, and then by the end of Doctor Strange, like the end credits scene of Doctor Strange, also like the like what's gonna come in a small way, not like in a massive way, but it's gonna be like kind of like when at the end of the old phases where you saw a stone that was like massive detail, but it was like something that was just like a stone. It'll be something like that.
Imagine if it's just fucking Logan sitting in whoever they've picked as Wolverine is just sitting in a pot.
Like, if you think about it, like, if I firmly believe that because of the X-Men universe with being like the big ones, predominant, I think that when they eventually do bring in the X-Men related, the very first one we see will not be a big one. Yeah, they ain't just gonna like, if they do something like that where someone falls from a timeline into another timeline due to a crack in the universe. It won't be like a Logan or a Professor X or a Magneto. It'll be someone like, could be a Jean Grey is pretty big, but it could be like a. It
could easily be somebody like, I know Marvel are just like fucking put it out, but everyone doesn't really give two shits about the New Mutants.
I doubt that on so many levels.
But we're talking about mutants, right? And there's a specific mutant on that, the blonde woman. She has magic abilities and all this, so she's a small character, or even it could easily be a Runaways character, You know what
It
I mean?
could be, but I definitely think that it's going to be someone directly fresh, because when it comes to New Mutants, it still has ties to
True,
Sony.
But the thing is, they can't take someone
Not
low
Sony, Fox.
character. They have to be like someone. So at the end of the show, someone goes, "Holy shit, that's him." Someone has to be able to point him out. 'Cause there's no point in putting like fucking Jimmy. I can explode once and that's my ability. No one's ever going to be like, "Oh, I ken him." You know what I mean? It has to be someone where they could be like, "Fuck, okay, that's fucking Kurt. That's Colossus." Like the kids and everyone has to be able to pick straight a point that. Like that's like in the Marvel films. At the end, we were like, "Oh fuck, that's the Tesseract, or that's Loki." You know what I mean? People that needs to connect to a point where it draws someone in. Like if I watched it and it was some guy who turned into a surfboard. I don't know. The fucking X-Men things are weird, but I wouldn't be excited. But oh, cool, it's a mutant.
Well, what if they go back OG, like the OG team? You know, when Beast wasn't blue.
Fucking hell, man!
And who's part of that OG
Angel.
Angel.
Oh my god!
Jean Grey.
Oh my god! Could you imagine if like they did Terminator
Beast.
style? Terminator style. She fucking cracks something, right? And the shit just disappears, and then boom, comes back, and you just see a guy with giant wings. You'd instantly be like Angel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's definitely think this is when it's going to come to. And the last thing we saw on it was a single frame of Loki saying that he is going to burn this place to the ground, and he is wearing a jumpsuit.
Yes.
That is, the folk have basically figured out that it is a prison jumpsuit,
Yep.
and it has a symbol on it, which is the people who fuck about with time and should they be in
That's
the
the
right
time-
place.
time bureau.
The time police.
Yeah.
They're like those ball bag looking things in Rick and Morty.
Yeah. Which is awesome. Again, it could also tie in to WandaVision if it goes the way you think, where she fucks about with shit. I'm quite hyped for that. We never got a date for it.
Yeah, at this point, after Endgame, where they literally did go back in time,
Yeah.
anything is fair game now. Anything's fair game in comics because they do anything to do with that. But when it comes to the movies now, everything is fair game to the point where folk will not be like, that doesn't make sense. Like,
Yeah.
everything's fair game now.
I'm looking forward to it. So looking forward to it. We're just a month away before we get fucking Disney Plus, so we can watch Mandalorian. Then the rest of it. Anyway, we got
Speaking of season 2 of Mandalorian,
we got a Mandalorian
October.
season 2 for October. Yeah, which
I feel like we'll talk more about when we eventually watch the first
yeah,
season, because
but-
we get Disney Plus on March the 24th.
Yeah, which I think is awesome that we've not had one. We're getting it, and then we're getting a second season quite soon.
Incredibly popular, and I also think that season 2 of The Mandalorian was pushed up because Obi-Wan was delayed.
Yeah.
Because Disney will never let you forget that they make Star Wars.
No. Kevin Feige will not shut the fuck up now about Star Wars because he's ahead of it.
And it makes sense because Star Wars make Disney a fuck ton of money, so why would they let go of it? Why would they have a break? They're gonna not be push it down people's throats, but they are not gonna let people forget that they do Star Wars.
Yeah. Moving on. We have some casting speculation / rumour.
We're still staying in the Marvel realm.
Yeah, Marvel realm. We got told that Christian Bale might be playing a evil alien. I couldn't specifically find out which one they think it was.
He is reportedly in Thor: Love and Thunder.
It's confirmed.
Is he confirmed?
Yeah, he's confirmed to be in that film.
But it was who he was playing. There was obviously folk speculated it was Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah. The Roxxon owner who was like a fucking evil man.
But folk think reportedly he is playing an alien villain.
Yeah, which I feel it might be God Eater.
Not a clue.
If it's God Eater, it will not be as fucking happy, colourful as what the last one was.
I have no idea when it comes to Thor villains.
God Eater
it's not something that's in my surrounding forte.
It has no thought of, oh, maybe I won't do this. He just instantly goes, "You're a god, you're dead. I will kill you."
Out of every Thor and Marvel related thing, I think apart from Loki and the Destroyer thing from the first one,
Yeah,
I've known nothing about
it's
Thor
all
villains.
pretty much like North mythology. So you've got like fucking I can't remember their names. I'm fucking terrible. But you've got like ogres and the elves again. They might touch that. Don't get me wrong, Christian Bale would be an amazing dark elf.
But yeah, they ain't going to go down that road again. They have to kind of go to a place they've not done before.
But yeah, I feel like God Eaters are more likely.
Again, this is just another one of these things where Marvel can get anyone. Christian Bale is a fantastic actor, so I'm happy to see it. What's the other one is Owen Wilson, right?
Owen Wilson, yeah. It's come out that he's rumored to be Justice Peace,
which is a time cop.
Yeah, which is exactly a terrible name and also hilarious at the same time.
Which is what we were talking about before, about he's part of
the Loki film.
The Time Police.
Yeah. I hope so. I'd like it to be a kind of this time hopping cop fucking thing where it's just pretty much Loki's trying to escape and Justice Peace is chasing him down.
I feel like it's going to be played for more comedic values with Owen Wilson and not a massive like brute of a man who's following him down sort of thing. It's going to play as a detective trying to follow him.
He's totally got a lethal weapon it.
Which I feel like is a good choice. I mean, when we obviously saw the stuff we're talking about the Time Police related stuff, it makes sense that if Owen Wilson is in it, he's a part of the Time Police organisation.
Yeah. Which good. But it's not. That's only speculation, so we can't really draw on it. But
hot takes.
Yes, hot takes. Yeah. Next, which I didn't see coming, Sammy Raimi is in talks to
Sam Raimi.
That's what I said.
You said Sammy.
Whatever. He's in talks to direct Doctor Strange 2.
Yeah.
Which I think is awesome.
He is the director of the original Spider-Man trilogy, which
he's the guy that chose to make Tobey Maguire dance. Remember this?
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
You cannot blame him for Spider-Man 3. I blame Sony for Spider-Man 3 because originally Sam Raimi wanted to use Morbius as the villain for Spider-Man 3.
Of course, bring up Morbius, and you're like, oh man.
No, it was originally meant to be Morbius and Sandman, and Sony went, no, you're doing Venom. That is why Sony never gave him a choice. He didn't want to do Venom at all. He didn't even want to touch
it. Let's make a dance. Right there. It dances because only evil people dance in the street.
Let's forget about Spider-Man 3 and let's look at Sam Raimi's other work, which would be Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2. You've got his background in horror because apparently Doctor Strange is meant to be more horror-esque. So he's got the Evil Deads, Drag Me to Hell, Darkman. Like he's got a fantastic horror background, and I think he can do wonders with this movie.
Yeah, I have no doubt. Because don't get me wrong, I think Spider-Man 1 and 2 are good films.
Yes, Spider-Man 3 is shit.
For their time, they are good films. And yeah, I think
I would still say that Spider-Man 1 is the best.
Yeah.
But
do you mean out of all Spider-Man? Or
no, I'm like out of his 3 films, Spider-Man 1 is the best.
Yeah, definitely.
They're better than the Amazing Spider-Man. They are on par with Tom Holland ones.
Yeah.
And I'd probably go back and watch Spider-Man 3 before I'd watch any of the Amazing Spider-Man.
Really?
Yeah, because Andrew Garfield is a shit Spider-Man. And even in Spider-Man 3, where they tried to chuck 40 villains in one movie, it's still less than Amazing Spider-Man 2 that tried to chuck an entire universe into one movie.
True.
But
True.
I'm happy about this, and I hope it becomes 100% and he does it, because I think he could do a fantastic job with it.
Yeah, but what I find weird is Scott Dickerson, if that's his name, I can't remember, the director from before, was let go for creative differences, which has led people to believe because he was going quite dark. Mm-hmm. So I find it quite weird that they've went for a director who is quite on par with his dark view.
Well, that's the thing. It might not be that reason. Scott Derrickson came out and said that he agrees that Sam Raimi is a fantastic director and says that it's a good idea. Like, there's no bad blood between them two.
Yeah, I guess it came out like, this is the nicest person I've ever worked with.
I just think it's creative differences in some way, shape or form, and maybe the reason why Sam Raimi isn't 100% is because they're having conversations, and it might get to the point where the same thing happens, that Sam Raimi says no because of creative differences, because he might want to make it more spooky.
Yeah,
but sure. he works more, especially later on. He shifted into the horror comedy sort of area. Like the Evil Dead 3 is slapstick horror, and so is Evil Dead 2 in a way. So it might be sort of they know he can put down the tone a bit and make it horror, but can also work for family oriented viewing. Yeah. Where Scott Derrickson, especially with the villain going to be Nightmare, he might have wanted to go full horror.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed it works out well. I don't 9 times out of 10 Marvel don't get it wrong, so
I have faith, and Doctor Strange is fantastic, so
yeah, I can't wait to see what he does with the gloves.
It's going to be interesting.
We got a trailer, which is bad. It's in a series that I didn't see coming back. We got news for it, but Chris Rock's Spiral, starring Chris Rock and Samuel Jackson, which coming on May the 15th. I knew they were working on it. I just didn't expect it to be this year. Would get it.
It's a Saw spin-off.
Yeah. But it's more in the view of the detectives trying to capture him, pretty much.
And I think it's more about someone. It's more a person who's just killing people. There doesn't seem to be the crazy gore traps.
I could
be wrong.
You see in the trailer some people getting caught up in traps.
True, and the trailer does end with Chris Rock chained to a pipe, like the first one.
Yeah, so
there might be traps.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
They just won't go ridiculous like the you know how it starts. Saw started off interesting and then became fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
like they do where they end up spitting out up to like 8-7 films, whereby those ones they're just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Am I going to rush to the cinema to see this? Probably not. I might wait until it ends up. If reviews come in and it's good, then it might interest me, because I like horror films. It's more just I like good horror films, and I don't just like stupid bullshit plots repeated over and over again. Yeah. So if it turns out it's good, then I might go see it.
Maybe it's one of those ones. If there's nothing coming out, I might go see it. But next we got a picture, just a picture. That was it. Of Snake Eyes.
Yeah, the Snake Eyes spin-off film, which I genuinely thought was just canned.
Yeah, I thought it was going to disappear, but it looks like we're getting Snake Eyes before the suit. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Before he goes mute.
Yeah,
because if he was muted, that'd be one boring ass film.
Yeah.
The actor who playing Snake Eyes is he is from Crazy Rich Asians, and he was recently in that Gentleman film where
he's bad. He's the guy that's selling
the other drugs, the one that's trying to take over Matthew McConaughey's business. He is Snake Eyes.
Nice. He's maybe a good actor.
And it seems like a full Asian cast, and hopefully the ads. When it comes to this, because again I'm not super invested, but if I was to go see it, I feel like the only thing you gotta nail with this is the fight choreography. It needs to be like class martial arts fighting. It can't be like you can clearly it can't be like shaky cam. It can't be loads of cuts. It has to be like. The action sequences have to be like John Wick, but without guns and use swords. Like Matrix-esque, sort of like that sort of style.
Yeah.
It can't be... It has to be good action, or this will just not be interesting to me. Yeah, I feel like that's what they're going to nail for this.
They've come... In the sense of fighting stuff, they've come quite far with it now, to the point where it doesn't look as bad.
No, but that's the thing, it all just depends. It depends how they've done this, and it seems to me like it's set in not ancient Japan.
No,
but sort of like it's like not modern day.
Yeah, but there's also like a. It's like it's more just a. It's like maybe like a place that's been lost in time that still gets used. Could be that, which I'm looking forward to.
We'll wait and see what happens when the trailer drops.
Yeah.
But I mean, is it going to end where he goes in the black suit and goes mute?
No, I'd like it if it was during. Like halfway through something happens, or maybe he's in the suit, but the rest is just flashbacks.
He might get the suit, but it might not go mute.
That'd be weird. That'd be weird for him to be sitting there and he's just like, eh.
I don't know too much about that sort of stuff. All I know is from the films, where one of the first film is actually quite shit.
Yeah,
the second one is okay. They just thought it would somehow solve everything by putting the Rock in it,
which it did not.
It has some decent moments. Again, the reason why this film is getting made is because I think you'll agree with me. The best thing about the two films is Snake Eyes.
Yeah, for damn sure.
The stuff between Snake Eyes and the White Ninja, like all that stuff, is the best part of those films.
Yeah. The
rest of it I could not give a shit about. But a fucking ninja fight between a guy who you can't see what he does but flips about mental versus a white one in a white suit is a cool thing.
Jay will get him.
Well, obviously in the old films they were tied together as children, so maybe.
Yeah, I hope so. It'd be a good.
Also, the guy who was G.I. Joe in the first two films is Scottish.
Yeah, he also played Darth Maul.
He was Darth Maul, and he was also Toad in the original X-Men film.
Which kind of annoys me that they didn't bring him back.
He's probably older, and they want an origin story. And it makes sense in the other films because you can't see his face.
True. So people can be like, ah.
But yes, he is a Scottish actor who is predominantly known for. I mean, the fact that he's Darth Maul is just enough said. Because it's the only decent thing about the prequels.
Yeah, true. Anyway, moving on. Sorry, I'm flicking about this shit.
The last thing we want to talk about is because we are recording this on Monday.
Yeah.
Because which is still going to be put out, but we are recording this on Monday.
Yep.
Is the Oscars happened last night?
Sure did. You have took it upon yourself to get the list, so I didn't have to.
I'm not going to go through every single category, but I at least want to talk about ones that I think we should talk about.
Yeah.
So I mean, just because I've got a list up here, it's not in like specific like best or this orders.
Yeah.
It's just ones that I see that I feel like we should talk about. So, visual effects. Was won by 1917.
Makes sense.
It does make sense, but I feel for the cultural impact, I feel like Endgame should have won. The nominees were Endgame, Irishman, 1917, The Lion King, and Rise of Skywalker. I feel just for the cultural impact and how big that movie is, and how long and how much effort Marvel Studios put in, just not even just that movie itself, but just the 10 years of build up.
Yeah.
I feel like even if it is just to be like, we're giving you it because it's, you know how when they gave Lord of the Rings loads of awards near the end, where it wasn't just they gave it for Return of the King, but it was really for all three of the effort. Yeah. I feel like they should have gave it to Endgame for your 10 years of contribution to cinema. Yeah. I firmly believe that, and it would be one of those, everybody would understand that is why they're doing it. But they gave it to 1917, which is a fantastic film. I will not deny that. I just feel like Endgame should have took it.
Yeah.
We have animated film went to Toy Story 4, which makes sense. Production design went to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which makes sense because that movie looks basically like it is set in the time it was made.
I've got it, but I heard that it's just spectacular in the way it looks.
Let's see here, we've got best foreign film went to Parasite.
It's meant to be amazing,
which I have yet to see yet, and I definitely want to see it 100%. What else have we got here? Cinematography went to Roger Deakins for 1917, which is 100% deserved.
Did you see? Have you watched the behind the screen, like behind the scenes stuff.
I've seen some of
shot it. Wow, just looks fucking...
Roger Deakins is an absolute genius. He did the cinematography for, like we say, 1917, but he has previously won his first Oscar for the cinematography for Blade Runner 2049. That is why I think he is a fucking genius.
Of course, makes sense. Makes sense, mate.
We have adapted screenplay went to Jojo Rabbit. Taika Waititi got an Oscar.
So
good for him.
Did you see the video of him?
Putting his Oscar on the chair.
Yeah, that's weird.
I guess he just obviously put it there. Just director went to Bong Joon-ho for Parasite. He got best foreign film, best director, and we may as well just say Parasite took out best picture as well.
Yeah,
the first ever foreign language film in 92 years of the Academy Awards to ever win best picture.
Makes sense.
And it really infuriates me that we cannot talk about and say why, because we have not seen it yet.
Give it time.
I want to see it so badly. I want to see it so badly. I will get to see it. I will get to see it. It comes out for us pretty soon. I know that we have... If it's not going to be by next episode, at least by a couple of episodes, we will have both seen it at some point. I think definitely. Yeah. We have into the acting one. So best supporting actress went to Laura Dern for Marriage Story, which I have yet to watch on Netflix.
That's meant to be a fantastic. Adam Driver's meant to be amazing in that.
Yeah. For best supporting actor went to Brad Pitt for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He finally got an Oscar.
Yeah, says he's going to disappear for a while.
And he, again, I think is well deserved. If we look at the supporting actors, we have Tom Hanks in A Beautiful Day in the Neighbourhood, Anthony Hopkins for The Two Popes, Al Pacino for Irishman, Joe Pesci for Irishman, and then Brad Pitt for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This is one thing I think we should talk about, is the fact that everything from Netflix won jack shit.
Aye? They
won nothing. The Irishman was nominated for 10 awards, won fuck all.
Oofed.
The only thing Netflix got, was The Marriage Story, because that's Netflix, but everything else, nothing. They got absolutely nothing. The Irishman got nothing. And which is probably something I'm probably going to get a lot of flack from. Yeah. But I do not think it's that a masterpiece. I don't think it should have swept the awards or anything. It's good.
Yeah.
I will not deny it's good, but it's not the Goodfellas.
No.
And that de-aging stuff, as much as it's absolutely fantastic at points, it also falls apart at points.
Yeah, I remember you saying that it's quite. You can actually see it.
There's a certain bit where he fights someone and you can tell, but then there's bits where Robert De Niro's meant to be a young guy and he talks like, "Oh yeah, you kid," and he still looks like a 40-year-old man. We're on to best lead actor, which he finished his trifecta. Really, went to Joaquin Phoenix for Joker. He took away the Golden Globes. He got a BAFTA, and now he got an Oscar.
That's amazing. Not only does he deserve it, but that just shows how high standard his performance is held.
He is fantastic in that movie. It is a good movie. It is a really good movie.
Yeah.
But it definitely hindered. The whole thing is on him. 100%.
Definitely.
It won other stuff like score. But you see, Todd Phillips has never won it for directing or anything like that. It's everything when it comes to the Joker has been given to him, is because he basically does that whole film is on him, and it is definitely deserved. I think
his performance. Obviously, Joaquin Phoenix is not an actor who hasn't won any awards and all this stuff, but his ability to go into that role and just kind of take it on full force. It's just amazing. Still can't believe no one's seen it yet.
It's good. And Renee Zellweger won lead actress for Judy, which I have not watched. And like we said before, Parasite took Best Picture, which I'm very surprised about that it won. I'm not saying that it didn't deserve to win, because, like I say, both of us have heard so many things about it. It's just, I just didn't think it would, because
it's a very high known thing, well known thing, that the Oscars tends to pick a version of their own choice, which never really tends to go towards.
Well, the choices were Ford versus Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite. 1917 had been sweeping the awards for everything. The Golden Globes won Best Picture, Golden Globes, and Sam Mendes won Best Director. And the BAFTAs, it also won Best Picture, and Sam Mendes took the Best Director. So folk just assume when it comes to the rest of the awards, it slowly becomes a pattern where you're not going to see much of a difference.
Yeah.
And then literally for the Oscars to go on a complete left turn and give the Best Director and the Best Picture to another film that it looked like it wasn't going to win, and then also a foreign film, which has never happened before.
Yeah.
Because it was a given that Parasite was winning Best Foreign Film.
Yeah.
That was a given. There was no surprise in that. But the fact for it to go ahead and win Best Picture overall is, I think, is a fantastic achievement. And 100%. And I speak to a lot of my friends, and even my wife, myself, like, she's like, I won't really watch a film with subtitles. It's not really my forte.
Yeah.
But foreign cinema is some of the best. Some of the best. So I cannot wait to watch Parasite. I cannot wait to watch it.
Yeah.
And when I do finally watch it, I will be talking about it on this, because I've heard so many good things.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
But that's the list that I wanted to fire out there. Yeah. I think a lot of them. There's nothing. I still believe that there is a few things that should have been nominated that got snubbed, but I'm sure we talked about it last week. We talked about Oscar snubs, and we talked about award snubs in the previous episodes. I definitely know that. But good for Parasite. And Joaquin Phoenix deserved, and Brad Pitt finally got one.
Yeah. Everyone that won, I feel like they really deserved it for their performance.
I would probably say that when it comes to lead actress, I've not seen A Marriage Story, but I've heard that Scarlett Johansson was fantastic.
Yeah.
So I mean, when I finally get around to watching it, maybe I might feel differently.
Yeah.
But again, I've not seen, like, when it comes to the best actress stuff, I'd never seen some of that. But when it comes to the I firmly believe that the de-aging is what stopped Irishman winning a lot.
Yeah.
I do feel like, for performance wise.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like, you notice that, like, obviously over the past few years, award ceremonies, like when Moonlight won and Black Panther was nominated, they started getting in the diversity, which is completely right, which is what they should be. And now we're kind of shifting into foreign films with Parasite. Something we've definitely talked about in the past, and we talk about even when we're not recording, is that the one thing that gets snubbed in award ceremonies that should never be snubbed, especially in performance-wise, is performance capture.
Yeah.
And maybe they looked at The Irishman as performance capture, and that is the one thing that never truly gets recognised.
Yeah.
Because it will happen one day.
I truly feel the best company in the world at de-aging is still Marvel. I think Marvel is still the best for it. Besides the moment in Captain America Winter Soldier, but the de-aging is the top standard. And if Martin Scorsese had been pals with,
and when it comes to performance capture and de-aging, they nail it because they use Andy Serkis's company.
Yeah, pretty much.
And like we're saying about a person who will win an Oscar for performance capture, it will happen.
Yeah.
And I mean, in my opinion, it should have happened already with Andy Serkis in the Planet of the Apes films. Should have happened already.
Also, Brad Pitt with, what's that one? The one where he goes back, Betty Fair, the one
Benjamin Button.
Benjamin Button. That was a good one.
It's just a poor man's Forrest Gump, though.
Don't be like that, man. Why are you picking on a film? It's a good film.
It's not bad, but in my opinion, it's a poor man's Forrest Gump.
You're a poor man's Forrest Gump.
Well, I'll take it. But I feel like Andy Serkis should have won one.
Yeah.
For a long time ago for it.
But he did win at the BAFTAs.
Yes, he got a Lifetime Achievement Award in the BAFTA, which is about damn time for Sam, because and he said it in his speech that it will happen one day. Someone will win an Oscar for a performance capture thing. It will happen.
I truly believe it will happen.
And that's why I think when it comes to the performances, The Irishman kind of got snubbed. I don't want to use the word snub because I feel like it shouldn't have been showered in awards, but I just feel like that's why they kind of it got nothing.
Yeah,
was because they looked at it as that sort of stuff, and they're not quite ready to be given that to that performance yet, because they're still, when Andy Serkis is an ape, they're still like they're seeing ape, they're not seeing the performance behind it.
Yeah. Fannies. Anyway, moving on to Fraser Doyle's choice of the week, which is Captain America: Winter Soldier. Just awesome. But Fraser Doyle, can you hit me with what's the story?
Well, this is the sequel to Captain America: The First Avengers. We're still in phase 2.
Mm-hmm.
Captain America is a man trying to deal with being out of time, and a conspiracy is afoot. I'd say that's about
perfect. Actually perfect.
Now, before doing this, and I still haven't decided.
Okay.
This was my favourite Marvel film. I said this for a very, very long time. Okay. I have consistently said this for a very, very long time.
Okay.
But as you'll get in my rating, I don't know anymore.
Alright.
It's still fantastic. There is no denying it. But I just don't know, because so I know this is this is a massive jump ahead, but I have to say, so I didn't give this 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
I gave this 4.5 out of 5.
Okay.
And the only reason I did this was because I haven't went back and watched a lot of Marvel films for a while.
Right, okay.
So I don't know with the product, over time, if any of them, my opinion has changed, where if I think some are better than others.
Right, okay.
So I couldn't give it the 5 out of 5 because I don't know what is my favourite Marvel film now.
We're just going ratings now.
Well, I'm assuming you gave it 5 out of 5 since you insulted me for giving it 4.5.
That's still my favourite Marvel film.
Even knowing that you haven't went back and watched other ones.
But what other ones are better? And it's in all retrospect, right? None of the Iron Man.
Right. Yes.
None.
I mean, the first one is a product of its time. Fuck 2 and 3. Right. Yeah. I haven't seen Civil War in a long time.
I still think it's better than Civil War.
But Civil War has my favourite villain in the Marvel Cinematic Universe because he.
Yeah. He is predominantly the best villain, right? Hands down. But at the end of the day, the film is just to me personally, this film is just pure perfection. I think it's just one of the best.
I haven't seen Black Panther in a while.
It's just Iron Man.
I haven't seen Ragnarok is the one I watched recently, but it is a damn good film.
Yeah, I agree with you, but still not better.
I haven't seen Homecoming in a while. Obviously, Far From Home, but I haven't seen Homecoming in a while.
Oh, come on! It wasn't better than it when we watched it.
Well, it's good though. I haven't seen the end, Infinity and Endgame in a while, and since they came out.
I've seen it so many times.
I haven't seen the first Avengers film because I'm not Age of Ultron.
Oh God, no! Oh, I can't watch the first Avengers film.
Is it only because he wears that smash? Is that it? Is that the only reason?
It ruins it so much for me.
Not Thor 1.
Thor 2.
I haven't seen Doctor Strange in a while, and I really like Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange is good.
I don't class it as my favourite, but my wife's, Rachel's favourite, is Ant-Man.
Yeah, Ant-Man's good. It's just Ant-Man's good because it's funny. It's a funny film.
It's definitely better than the second one.
Doctor Strange is good because it's actually a compelling story of how he gains his abilities and all that stuff.
Guardians of the Galaxy, they're
still great films.
Brilliant.
Still great films, but at the same time they're still gimmicky. they're still but I love Winter Soldier because it uses as little CGI as it can when it comes to the main stuff, right? And the story of he's lost his friend, he's lost the time, like you said, and then he starts to realise that he's alone, and he's like he's trying to come back for all that, and he's slowly trying to make friends with.
Well, the reason why this is one of my favourites, because at the end of the day, a 4.5 is not exactly far away from 5, is it? It's kicking a backside.
No, I know, I agree.
But the reason why these are my favourite films and the ones that I enjoy the most out of Marvel is because I like a superhero film that isn't just a superhero film.
Yeah.
So when you look at the first Iron Man, it really is just Iron Man the movie.
Yeah.
Where Captain America the Winter Soldier is a Captain America superhero film, but it's also a spy thriller at the same time.
But, I completely
That's
agree.
why I love it, because it's not just... I feel like you could do this movie...
Yeah.
But and replace bits and bobs, and it would still work.
Yeah.
Because it's like an organisation within an organisation. So you take out S.H.I.E.L.D. and Hydra and put in like there was some organisation inside the CIA this whole time, and replace Captain America with someone like Jason.
Yeah. Something has to go wrong. You know what I mean? But
exactly.
The thing is, it's also for the fact that Captain America technically isn't a hero in this. If you think of it, because we know Hydra's bad. We know this, right? But to the outside, if this was real life in the outside world, Captain America's just attacking the good guys. So even though he's
because he does that in the next one too. Because nobody is good.
Yeah.
Because they either work for Hydra or Iron Man.
I also love that the first Avenger and this film, technically the end play out is literally the same. It's literally the same, just shot in different places. Because in the first Avenger, where he goes into the Nazi compound and he fights the Robo Hydra people with big suits. Yeah. Stacks the weapon barricades up, he fucking throws people up and down, kicks them into it, runs through it while it's all foggy and smoke beats them up, does the exact same thing on the fucking helicarrier. You know, he goes down with the ship. He literally does that in this film as well.
Yeah, but this time it's different.
Yeah, but it's still awesome.
Well, I mean, we may as well start with the beginning, since we kind of multitude of things we talked about there. But
on your left.
Yeah, on your left. The introduction of Falcon. Well, at this point, you don't know. It's just Sam Wilson at this point. I think Anthony Mackie is a fantastic Falcon.
Yes.
I still regret and wish that they used
the suit.
A tiny Falcon. They had like a tiny Falcon.
Yeah. Or even like a Falcon tattoo. Like me and my friend got these.
Like a wee tiny Falcon. But he's good. One thing you probably know, and you might be saying the same thing as me, but when he tells him about Marvin Gaye and he pulls out the list.
Yes.
The list is different in every country.
Yeah. I can't remember which.
Did you know that?
No, I know that. I know that because I think it's like, is it here that it's the Beatles?
It's films, landscapes, and music that are different in every country.
I think America's Nirvana.
Yeah, there's like wee bits and bobs.
That's the one
there's like a couple of things that are different.
Yeah.
In each like from in whatever country it came out in.
I saw you looking at the back there. Sorry to interrupt you. Is it snowing again?
Yeah, it's snowing again.
For fuck's sake. Yeah, we've moved around today. The weather's really bad.
I enjoy the first action sequence on the boat.
Yeah, we were introduced to Batrov the Leaper, which anyone who's a Spider-Man fan knows he's just a terrible character.
Obviously, this is a long time ago. Like, this is definitely like, I can't be like, oh, mind the first time you watched this.
Yeah.
Right, but like, did you ever think that like Captain America and Scarlet Witch would be more than friends?
Yeah. See, first time I watched this, I was like, they're gonna bone something rotten.
Like, because obviously she goes on to have a relationship with the Hulk.
Yeah.
And she's like, but it's obviously like they just, because they that's a pairing they never thought would happen. Yeah. But it is like, but later on, it's friendship. Yeah. Like pure friendship. Yeah. But at this point, you do think that like, I know she's trying to set it up, but it's kind of like,
it's one of those.
It's like those setting them up with bad people, so you will actually come and go on a date with me, sort of thing.
I honestly thought that. I thought that's where it was going, but then as you more you get into it, you kind of realise that they just need people to be there for them, both of them. and it's really because this is obviously you said Captain America film, but you get a real in depth way. Black Widow.
Yeah, definitely. You find a lot of better stuff. A lot
talking about that boat scene. One, I'd like to know: did they spray paint his shield? Because for some strange reason it's black, which annoyed the fuck out of me.
Right.
Two, he's very un-Captain America. Like he throws a knife through a guy's hand, and he's clearly killed someone when he kicked him. He just like breaks his back on the ship.
He has no problem killing people. He has absolutely no problem killing people.
The first Avenger he runs in with a gun, but
he will not kill people that are not bad.
Yeah, so it's justifiable, pretty much.
Yeah, it's justifiable.
Yeah, okay, but I love that sequence where he's just running. He does so much running in this film; it's unreal.
Yeah, but his running is not like our running. Like you see at the beginning of the film where he passes Falcon 4 times.
We're Falcon.
While he only makes it down once.
Yeah, we're Falcon. Yeah, but that whole I like that.
I mean, obviously, there's no question about it, especially looking back on it. But Chris Evans is the best Captain America.
Yeah.
He's, without a shadow of a doubt, the best.
Fuck US agent. I don't care.
Like, he's the best.
Yeah.
This is why I got upset when he left. But he is the best character. He is the nicest person. He's just great.
Yeah. Project Insight.
This is the last time that we see... No, it's not the last time we see Peggy, is it? Is this the last time we see Peggy since till Endgame?
No, technically we see a video of her in Civil War, but you mean like in real life? Like as in Captain America literally talking?
Is it this one she dies? Or is it... No, she doesn't die in this one, does she?
No, she dies in Civil War, but he doesn't go see her.
He carries her...
He carries her coffin.
So this is the last time you see Peggy, technically?
Yeah. Terrible fucking CGI.
It is pretty bad. Because
there's times where it moves her mouth and it just doesn't seem to coincide with each other.
This is another one of these moments where obviously, as I've seen Endgame, knowing that they end up together, and folk have trying to piece together...
You saved my husband!
Trying to piece together about... like if they'd been planting those seeds the whole time, you know, because obviously there's an old man at the funeral and folk have been like, maybe it's Steve, and they've tried to hang it, but when he's talking to her with the Alzheimer's, there's no way they had that plan, because she acts like she's not seen him in years.
Yeah, once he gets... well, technically she says you came back to me, could it easily been from then.
I knew.
Also, but the thing that makes it go, this wasn't planned, is the fact that she goes... you saved over 1,000 people and one of them was my husband.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'd be different if it's like, technically, you being a hero saved
I mean, technically, if he's in the future, he saved himself.
Yeah.
So, technically, he could have saved his husband by saving his own life.
Pretty much. So
there's no way they thought that far in advance.
So does that mean that...
I give Marvel credit, but I'm not...
Isn't... Is it Sharon? Hi.
Yeah, he's the roommate.
Yeah, she's not his child, his grandchild.
That's something you don't want to... Well, I mean, it is the 2020, and you know that what they're all about with that.
Oh, God.
I mean, right, so I like the Fury car bit, you know, when he gets chased down, and they go to kill him.
Yeah.
The one thing I never understood is that obviously... it's S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, known later on, the S.H.I.E.L.D. that goes after him.
Yeah.
Like, not S.H.I.E.L.D., it's Hydra and S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
You'd think they would know their own car defences.
Yeah, I know. It's like for some strange reason they've went, let's hire someone else.
It's like, well, you know what we'll do? We'll dress our S.H.I.E.L.D. people in police and make them go out in a normal police car. Well, he has an SUV that has the ability of a tank.
Yes.
Makes no sense.
No, God.
Why not say, he might know about us, let's wait till he's having lunch and then just shoot him in the face.
Yeah. Like, why piss about? Why not just have the Winter Soldier?
I know it makes no logical sense.
But it's still awesome.
But it is a good bit, but when you think about it like later on, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
But it is a good bit.
Yeah.
Because one thing I like about the Winter Soldier is there's like several bits with miniguns.
Yes.
There's loads of miniguns.
Love miniguns.
There's car minigun, there's random guy with minigun, I'm sure
The Winter Soldier has a minigun.
Winter Soldier uses a minigun at one point. There's loads of minigun bits.
To step back a wee bit, because remember we got the Project Insight, which is aka the helicarriers.
Yes.
Who, like, I don't know if you believe but Nick Fury is a bad guy for his plan. Like, it doesn't matter if it's Hydra's plan. Nick Fury was okay with putting those helicarriers in the sky and being like, you fuck up, we're gonna hit you.
See, I always feel like Fury never got a choice. I feel like he was always on the edge because obviously you find out he's the one that sent the Leaper to fuck up their own ship to get the information. I feel like he was never okay with it because as you realise in the movies, especially all the way up to Endgame, is that Fury is always one step ahead.
Yeah.
And I feel like he never agreed with it. It was only when Robert Redford,
aka Pierce,
he sort of thingies on a bit where it gets to the point where Fury has to be dealt with personally. So I feel like he was always never, like, especially at the end where, you know, like, he works his way around things. I feel like he always, like, pulling Captain America down to that restricted area to show him in the first place, I think he knew for a certainty that he would never agree with this. And
he's sowing the seeds for Captain America, but like, we need to get rid of this.
Exactly. I feel like Fury always knew.
And also he had those discs, but we'll get to that later.
Like, it's that thing of saying, like, this pure soldier will never agree with this, so let's show him and make him put distrust to S.H.I.E.L.D. already, so it's very easy for him to go, like, S.H.I.E.L.D.'s compromising him, not to be like, bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, Nick Fury's always one step ahead.
Yeah.
I think. That's just, like, I guess. It doesn't say that in the movie, but it makes sense to me.
We also got the last time I trusted someone, I lost the eye. Now that you know,
that's a good point. Yeah,
you know that I lost it to.
But then that's another thing where he might be one step ahead, but he's a lying son of a bitch because he makes it sound badass, but it turned out to be a cat.
Yeah, now if that is pre-planned,
not a chance.
I know, right? I feel like they had some big moments.
See, this is why I chose this movie because there's a lot of this whole things they talk about that we now know.
But like, if you think about it, they must have had something awesome planned. Like, really cool.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, obviously skipping massively ahead where he shows the eye patch.
Yeah.
Looks awfully like a scratch, like.
It does, it fucking really does. I think he's just manning himself up. He's like, I trusted someone. They took my eye. Like, But, was it after the Fury attack?
But I can actually put a point to how it was never planned 100%.
Okay.
So in this, when he does show the eye, and I know we're skipping miles in the front, but it's still in his head.
Yeah.
But at the end of Captain Marvel, and he's looking through glass eyes, you would only look at glass eyes as if you don't have one at all.
True. You're actually right. It wouldn't be the eye with a scar on it.
It would be completely missing.
Yeah.
So it's not planned.
But.
So there you go, Marvel. You don't think that much in advance. Apart from one point in this where they clearly did think in advance.
Yeah. One of my favourite scenes, and I'm sure you agree with me, it's the elevator scene.
I was just about to talk to
you.
One of my pretty much one of my entire favourite moments in all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
And even Marvel themselves know that it's a fantastic scene because they almost redid it in Endgame, but made it better. So they know themselves how good that scene is.
It's the bit where I forgot that he steps forward and goes, if anybody wants to get off, do it now. Loved that bit. And it's also the fact that it was in detail where he's looking about people and he's
because at the end of the day, if I walked in an elevator and I also felt like I was like keeping information, and then 40 guys, all massive, gets in this elevator, I'd be like, this isn't going to go well. And it's another one of those things where we're talking about the Fury situation, where in what way did they ever think that normal guys would be able to take him out? Even having pre-Crossbones and even KG Beast there as well, and it still isn't good enough.
It's just so fucking good. I also love that it's a wee bit of foreshadowing for Ultron. I never noticed this, but in Ultron he ends up with a magnetic wrist for his shield. It might not be anything, it might just be coincidental, but it's the hand that they hold up, that's the hand that gets the magnetic shield on.
That's pretty cool. One thing I will say, and if we go back technically to the thing, is that Frank Grimes, who becomes Crossbones, is great in this movie.
Yeah.
He is quality. I think that, he's better in this than he ever was as Crossbones, because Crossbones doesn't do fuck all.
No.
But he was good in this.
And he's meant to be coming back for the Falcon.
Oh, he was dead.
Snap, man, snap. People come, people go. Time travel.
Exactly. We're just talking about bacon. Nothing. Nothing's out of the question. I'm just contradicting my own point.
Yeah.
And then he takes on, and then he's on the run. And I wrote in there, Cap and Widow's chemistry, because I genuinely felt like, at the time, I wouldn't be angry if they ended up together, but as it does explain in this movie, and it's something that will go through the entire cinema universe, is he can't let go of Peggy, no matter what. He can't do it, even when he gets with possibly his own daughter. He can't. He can't.
It's still wrong.
Yeah, of course it's wrong.
Still wrong.
But he can't let go of Peggy.
No. But I really did like. I hated the product placement with Apple, but I'm just going to leave it. I loved the chemistry between those two in this film.
Before we get to before we move on to the bridge bit, can we just talk about Winter Soldier / Bucky / Sebastian Stan? Because he is so good as the Winter Soldier.
I've said this for day one. See when he gets that mask pulled off, right?
Goosebumps. I still have goosebumps. We're not on the bridge bit, which is that bit, but
I still feel like he should have had the mask on the whole time. I think he should have put it back on. And when he's in Pierce's house, I think he should have kept on.
See, you technically can't tell though.
I instantly saw it was him. Instantly, watching it back.
Yeah, obviously known ahead now.
If you put it on,
the time, did you? At the time, I had no idea.
No, I never either.
But that's the thing, in hindsight, yes, of course. But at the time, the made bit where you see slightly his face is before the reveal.
Yeah.
So obviously you have to look at it in the time where they're like, what you're seeing is a bit, and then when you're watching it in the audience, you're meant to be like, I fucking know his face.
Because I knew if he comic books it was going to be Bucky. But at the end of the day, I was kind of like...
you know more than I do.
No, but at the end of the day, I was kind of like, are they going to do it though? Because you never knew how on the line Marvel would go. Because sometimes they'll change a wee bit here and there.
Yeah. But I had no idea. This is obviously with the cinema universe is where I became more comic book conscious. At the time, I had no idea. So they want you to be like, I know that face. And then obviously with him dying in the first one, and if you're not, you just be like, he's died in the 40s. Isn't he? He's fucking alive.
Going back a wee bit. No going back, but just catch up with
one thing I never understood, right?
Okay.
Obviously, he gets deprogrammed, and that's what makes him not remember.
Yeah.
But it shows Flo a flashback.
Yeah.
And it still looks like he was saved by the Russians.
Yeah.
So why would why would
Zola? Why
would Zola be there when he was with the Americans and the Germans?
Because it doesn't make any sense.
It does if he's saved by the Russians, because it still technically makes sense.
When he's took it from America, the Winter Soldier is frozen with the Russians, and once he starts to build Hydra again, he gets Bucky Barnes,
right,
and then he starts the experiments. Because remember, he's already done experiments to him.
So basically, what we're saying is Russia gave him the metal arm and stuff like that, but the Hydra is the ones that deprogrammed and made him. So, but just the way the flashback looks is that Zola was there from the beginning.
Yeah, but the way Zola talks, it sounds like that's Bucky's flashback of when he's in. Remember, because he was captured by Zola. Yeah. So he's had experiments done to him. So he could have easily just heard Zola from that moment. The Russians are doing stuff to him, but then Zola comes in and gets him at the end.
I think that obviously we have, before the bridge fight and talked about the Winter Soldier, we have to talk about Zola.
Yeah, I loved that. I loved the reveal of Zola, because I knew Zola had a massive robot body at one point and it was just a face on a screen. But see when they put that... Do
you think he was taken away too early?
Yeah.
They could have done a lot more with him.
Yeah. But the thing is, he could easily pop up still.
Technically, I know but it's one of those things.
I know Pierce goes, we already wasted Zola on him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they could easily be like, yeah, I just moved.
Yeah, that's true. One thing we have to talk about before, again, I'll mention it before we go to the bridge bit, is that, like we talked about before, about stuff that we noticed that bled into other films. Now, we talked about stuff that they definitely, like the eye and all that stuff that they did.
Yeah.
This, I firmly believe, was the plan from the get-go.
Okay.
Especially when I feel like, obviously, when Robert Downey Jr. agreed to be in Captain America 3 and they made it Civil War, they made it Civil War then, but I feel like they were always going to do this.
Right.
Because they had the Infinity War planned from the get-go.
Okay.
And for Thanos to win the first time, the team had to be separate. So they had to have thought of doing Civil War.
Yeah.
And this is where they plant the seeds of, they literally show, they don't physically show it like they do in Civil War, but they clearly go about in the way of Zola talks that the Winter Soldier killed Tony's parents.
Right. You're right. I feel like they're putting something moving, you know, arse's teeth. Like, they put it in the framework.
Yes.
But why did they show a picture of a young, dead Howard Stark when it's an old Howard Stark that's in the car that gets killed?
Maybe because it's the face that Cap would recognise.
Yeah, but it's a paper headline. It's a paper where someone, they've actually put out a paper with a young Howard Stark, and it's like, oh, he's dead, but he dies as an old man.
Maybe it was to do with the fact that folk thought he was dead when he went.
You see, okay.
I still feel like it has to be.
I still feel like they're leading up to Winter Soldier, like Iron Man finding out.
So just from a little imprint of saying that, yeah, he died as a younger man, but I'm pretty sure that in Iron Man you see him as an older man.
Yeah.
So they just made a mistake with the headline. But
No, they made a mistake with the picture.
Yes, but
Yeah.
I think it's because it's the face that Cap would recognise, because he's never met old thingy.
True. It could be
So
that.
when he says,
It
like,
could have been Zola just changing it, so
Yeah.
it looked like it could
but
have.
I still feel like they planted seeds from the get-go, because what they basically say is they go like, we wanted to change history, and when someone needed to get rid of it, they got rid of it, and then it shows a picture of the Winter Soldier with a sniper,
Yeah.
and then he says, like, anybody that got in our way was gone rid of it, and it shows a picture of Nick Fury, and then it shows a picture of Tony Stark's dad, and it doesn't blatantly say it, but it puts two and two together.
Yeah, because it makes sense. Why? Because if you watch Civil War without noticing that, you'd be like, how does he know? Like, how does Cap know? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
and I think this is how we found out.
Yeah.
Because I when I watched this with my wife and we were talking, and the bit was Zola, because I knew that obviously, like, he was going to find out about Hydra, and it popped into my head at that point. I was like, wonder when he found out about when Bucky killed Tony's parents.
Yeah.
And obviously Marvel have never said, apart from the bit where, you know, where Tony turns around and goes, did you know? And he says yes. That could be the moment he knows.
Yeah.
Which technically means
more
Black
sense.
Widow knew as well. But she's got to keep them secrets. So.
She's. Yeah. Tony does say that to her at Civil War.
Yeah.
But
The bridge.
the bridge has to be. Obviously.
It's even though the last thing is great, it's the bridge is the best bit in the whole movie.
Yeah. Just split second before that. It's just going back to the chemistry between Cap and Black Widow. I've said it about 4 times now. But it's the bit where the Falcon's really born, and they pick up that guy. Can't remember his fucking name.
And he name drops Stephen Strange.
Yeah.
The first time it was
On
ever
the
name
roof.
dropped.
Yeah. I like the bit where
Which
Cap's
makes no sense because he was just a doctor at this point. But
Yeah, but remember the algorithm shows the future.
oh
pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah.
Where Cap's holding him at the edge and he goes, you're not going to do this, and he sorts his suit. He goes, you're right, that isn't my style. He steps to the side and goes, it's hers. And then they kind of just talk about she's still trying to set him up.
Yeah.
Like, I love that running gag for this whole film.
Which
Love it.
it is a good running gag.
But she's
when
still
she's
setting
trying
him
to
up.
set him up with folk who work for S.H.I.E.L.D.,
Yeah.
makes no sense.
Yeah.
Because S.H.I.E.L.D. is fucked.
Yeah. Also, I like the bit where he's like, is that the one with the nose piercing that? And she's like, yeah. He's like, I'm not ready for that.
Too future for him.
It's too future.
Yeah, and obviously, like,
He gets fucked up.
Yeah, like when basically they're transporting him, and out of nowhere comes the Winter Soldier with his beautiful hair.
Yeah. I love the fact that we're going to use his DNA to get in, and it's like, the Winter Soldier grabs his metal hand, chucks him in front of her truck and goes, no you don't. Like, it's But that hair. So when he flips off that car and like drags his hand and he looks up. And I was like, oh,
here's one thing I find curious, right? Now, obviously, Bucky has no idea who he is. Do you think he chooses to go after Widow because of their past? Because at one point she talks about she's encountered him before.
Because maybe because of his mind's wiped. His mind's wiped every time he comes out. So he wouldn't know her.
So why does he choose to go after her?
I think it's literally because she's there and she's shooting at him. Because remember, she shoots his glasses.
Yeah, and she goes, because he goes like, you take her.
Yeah.
And like, you take him and I'll take her.
Yeah. He clearly sees her as a threat. You know what I mean?
Well,
so
she's
I love how no one gives a fuck about Anthony Mackie, the Falcon. No one cares. They're just like, let's just shoot these two. They've been a thorn on our side.
Well, that's at this point nobody really knows
the mission.
Yeah, the mission is to get
those two.
Is to get rid of him.
Yeah, and her. Remember, Pierce literally says 2 level 6 agents did, even though Cap's level 8. But
she puts up a good fight.
I like her fight scenes with him because it comes back in Civil War.
But it's nothing to do. But it's not even. It doesn't come close.
No.
To the first fight between. I literally got goosebumps. The first fight between them two.
It's because it's actually those two.
It's great.
That's what
the knife bit is. Sebastian Stan. When the mask comes off, it's fantastic. The glove, his metal arm is awesome on so many levels.
Yep, it's one of the best CGI things that they've done. I feel
the metal arm's real.
It's not CGI.
Well, he wears parts of metal arm, and because remember when Paul Rudd was talking about he saw Sebastian Stan getting the metal arm on, and then they clean it up and then post.
Oh,
but he's actually got like a hang, and then Paul Rudd was saying it was like seeing how the sausage is made. He doesn't want to see that. He doesn't want to see that. So it is a prosthetic.
I also thought it was just a green arm.
It's a prosthetic, but they touch it up in post.
So fucking cool. Like I like the fact that they both. I think it was both of them took 3 weeks training to do the choreography.
And Sebastian Stan flipped about that knife on set for like months.
Yeah, and I just love that.
But you only see it once, like all that for once, but it's still cool as shit.
Worth it, and it's so good. And even the small detail where like Cap's got his shield, and like he throws himself back, drop kicks his Cap because he kens it's the only way to put him down. It's one of the best fights for me. One of the best fight scenes in the Marvel universe.
Yes, without one of the best one-on-one.
Yes, yeah.
Fight scene is in the MCU.
That's what I love about Cap,
agree.
and I hate the fact that we're not going to have that level. Besides of like, Falcon and Winter Soldier, as someone, don't get me wrong, Cap's not human, but he's not like shoot lasers at his arsehole.
See, to me, when it comes to the new movies, right, is that the one thing I love about Captain America, and he will always be my favourite. He always in the MCU is that he never gives up. He's the best person he can be, and for me, in the new movies, I don't think I'll feel the same way when Falcon does that.
Yeah,
I will with Bucky, but I won't with Falcon. It's nothing against Anthony Mackie. It's nothing against the Falcon.
Yeah.
I just don't have the same feeling like that, and I still think he's going to do a great job if it ends up being him or whatever happens with it.
I swear to God, if US Agent ever says the words that I can do this all, I can
do this all day. He won't know. He won't know. Not even they'll say it because only.
No, I feel like Bucky would know, but he would never say it because it's disrespectful. But say if they're like, say people don't actually know who Steve Rogers' face looks like when the mask is on, and they're just like, this is actually Captain America, and they're not actually in the show. They're like, not US.
Does he say it in this one?
Say what?
I can do this all day.
No.
Is this the only one where he does it?
It's the only one he doesn't say it because he says it in
the first one.
No, I mean even Avengers films. He says it.
The best one's Civil War.
Yeah.
The best one is Civil War, where he's got his ass beat by
Iron Man.
He's getting his ass beat by Tony, and he's all bloody. And he gets up and says,
"I'm just happy because he kicks the shit out of Iron Man."
Well, I wanted to see it.
But yeah, hands down, best. That alone should have won awards for choreography. That fight scene, I feel.
It's great. It's great. And then, we lead into the end, basically. Like, obviously, we find out Fury's still alive.
Yeah, with Joe Russo as his doctor.
Yep.
Who's also the guy who dies in Civil War.
Yep. And then he's back, and then he's somehow alive, and he's been unsnapped.
Yeah.
And obviously this is the beginning of where Captain America takes charge, basically, and just like, why do you think it's because Fury remembers the good time in S.H.I.E.L.D. and tries to want to save a fraction of it?
I think it's because when it was put together, he still believes in when it was put together.
Mm-hmm.
He still believes that S.H.I.E.L.D. is, the world needs S.H.I.E.L.D. He still feels that way.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he goes and starts S.H.I.E.L.D. up in secret, aka
Secret S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's why. But at the end of the day, I think Cap's just like, no, you fucked it up. Like, no, even if S.H.I.E.L.D's here, you shouldn't be in charge. So we're just getting rid of him at all. And I like that. I like the fact that Cap's like, let's get it done.
I also do like the fact that going back, that it's not just like, it's not just in the way of, you know, where they say like, Hydra just happened to figure out a way to be inside of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, it's like, no.
They do use Zola, but they also don't just go like, oh, well, they used him for shits and giggles. They bring up like the whole, they use Nazi scientists to go to the moon, which is a real thing.
Yeah.
And even then, he like, so even like,
that's a conspiracy, Fraser. You don't
no, that's the truth.
I know, but
but it's more like they make it in a way where technically it could harm, like how it births inside.
Yeah.
How it went so long and they got noticed is beyond me, but
yeah, like, to be fair, anyone that noticed kind of got killed by the Winter Soldier, so
true, until they fail at Captain try to kill Nick Fury. And yeah, I mean the whole last bit in itself is great.
Right, my problem with the obviously they've just stormed the base.
Yes.
Right. My only problem is the fact that Cap's speech gets so many people killed. So many. If they just went on their daily life, oh my god, Cap's ransacking the place, less people would have died.
Yeah, but also a lot more folk would have fought them.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have been dead. Cap would have done, because he doesn't kill good people. He
died for a good cause.
That doesn't make it better.
No, well, it's better than ever. It's better than ever. It's been Iron Man's fault. It's better than that.
Like, I know, but still, just fucking. Anyway,
they needed to distract them. How do you feel about, like, obviously Robert Redford is a good bad guy.
Yes.
But because he's old, he couldn't do very much.
Yeah, but that's.
Because he is like the head, but like most of the fighting comes down to the Winter Soldier.
But that's how Hydra's hierarchy's always been that. It's always the old man or the old person just sitting at the top having these minions to everyone, and it makes sense.
If you could change this film, right, go back to the year it came out and change this film, would you replace Robert Redford with Red Skull?
No.
Or would you have Red Skull? Would you change it where Red Skull was behind Robert Redford?
Yeah, he was the guy in control. He was still the head of Hydra.
Do you think if Hugo Weaving agreed to do it again, that he would have appeared at some point?
Yes.
But I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't think it is such a pain in the arse for him. You know what I mean? Which, to be fair, Drax gets it worse.
Yeah,
Gamora gets it worse.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I do agree with that. But I think Robert Redford is a good villain.
Yeah.
And I do like the folk that sat in that chair that annoyed the shit at me in Avengers are actually not bad folk.
Yeah.
And like when they find their Hydra's inside and be like, they do agree.
Poor bastards, so I just die.
Yeah, they get like the weird like melee
chest thing. Yeah.
Name tag death.
That's a terrible way to go.
The fight with Bucky on the helicopter is good. It's just not as good as the bridge.
Yeah, it's. I think that's more meant to be impactful than like, wow, look how good fighters there.
One thing I like about this, and I've got it down in my notes, is that Cap saves Bucky, and then Bucky saves Cap.
Yeah.
So in the way of like, Cap saves Bucky for making him like saves him from the shit that he's going through, and then Bucky saves Cap immediately after. And so he's like not like saved his life, but then Cap saves Bucky in the way of like he stopped him from being a monster. Yeah. Really. I love that scene. I also think Captain America should never wear that suit again, because 2 films he's wore it. Mm-hmm. It's better than the spandex.
Oh my god, don't get me with the
Also,
spandex.
getting punched in the face by a metal arm would
Oh my god. Sucks so bad.
Even he gets a black eye really quickly.
I know, that's wow.
And then he ends up in hospital, but he looks fine because he heals quicker, I think. And then he can't celebrate because he can't get pushed.
Yeah.
Did you watch the end credit scene?
Yeah.
Did you watch both?
Yeah.
So did I. Like,
He's just got it.
even I could have been like,
Yeah. I know, I was like, oh my god, those people. The most wasted character ever.
well, you get to see the most wasted character and then two good characters. So you get to see Baron von Strucker, who is pointless.
No, Baron and Strucker, who had so much hope. Two characters that are awesome, but one is just wasted in a film at the end.
Yeah, when it comes to
do you hear the
Quicksilver,
rumour going about, right?
if are you going to say that he'll get brought back?
Yeah, he's getting brought back.
WandaVision?
Wait.
But they say that in every hand.
I say that in
every
every
single time.
I say that in every
There's like,
film.
oh, what happens if he gets brought back? Like, what happens? But it's a possibility. I just wonder why they've never done it.
You know, space stuff, things and stuff. But that's the thing is though. If imagine the next villains are X-Men, it makes sense for him to come back because what could he have done, really?
Why does Scarlet Witch never use her powers to get out?
What do you mean?
Like from the cell?
Because she doesn't know what she's doing yet. She just knows to control her walk. And to be fair, remember how brainwashed they were?
True.
In that film.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, we are brother, sister. We hold hands. We real close. Sorry. I like the end of this film because it sets up where Nick Fury's like, I'm gonna go be a spy, and never really
Do nothing.
Yeah,
and then
nothing comes
Black
from it.
Widow does things.
She tells the government to fuck off, pretty much.
She does. I don't know what she does from this.
I don't know. Alright, does she not just go work with?
Is Age of Ultron? No, is Age of Ultron the next one? No.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Because Iron Man 3 was.
And Winter Soldier doesn't appear until Civil War again, right?
Yeah, which is after Age of Ultron.
Because he's trying to hunt him down. Yeah.
Which I like the coincide with that, whereas Captain Falcon's about with Day and he's like, we're going to look for him. But you never hear, like they have little moments during Age of Ultron, the party bit, but then you can't just.
Yeah, have you heard? Because I'm sure they go like, have you heard everything?
No.
And then, as per usual, Tony Stark ruins everything, like he always does,
Yeah, pretty much.
by trying to make it AI,
What a fucking moron.
and then replaces those AI with drones.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, we've talked about the end. Like I say, I give it
Yeah.
a 4.5 out of 5.
5.5.
It's damn good though. I've not watched it in a while, and it's still great. Like
still
there's
great.
no denying it.
Yeah.
It's still great.
There's still some Marvel films I just don't want to go back to.
For me, this was like the first Marvel film where I was like, where, like I said before, it wasn't just a superhero film. When I
Yeah.
watched it, and I was like, okay, Marvel. Like sometimes you can real fucking good nail it.
Yeah. This
Like do this again, please.
this is a fucking award-winning Marvel film for how it's made and how it's written, all the action scenes. This is one of the ones where I go, this should have won something for like choreography and all that. And it was nominated for a few, but never ever won any.
No, it's only like nowadays where you see
Yeah.
like we were talking about before.
Fuck
But
those
you know
awards.
it's there's no denying it's a damn good film.
Yeah, but
I mean, the only thing I've got to ask you now is what you done lately?
I started Picard.
Did you? I'm on episode 2. I've seen 2.
I've seen half of 2 because
Right.
I watched it with my dad, and like any old man, he falls asleep halfway through it. So I was like, "Great, you fucking dick." I'm enjoying it. I'm liking where it's going.
Did you see what I mean about episode 1 where it chucks a shit ton of exposition at you?
Yeah, and see like the big cube,
The Borg cube, yeah.
Borg cube. My dad was just like, "What are you doing? What's the Borg cube? What back at that for?" You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
they don't answer it at
Yeah,
all.
right. Well, they do in the second one.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, my dad's like, "Oh, it's not good enough." Like, why would you? Other than that, I went back to Altered Carbon because we're getting a new season coming, and the show is still fucking awesome. Still just amazing. I started A Plague's Tale because obviously it's on the
When is
Game
it?
Pass, so I'm going to try it.
Why not?
What a beautiful game.
Sweet.
Obviously we've still got to try it
Terrified by rats yet?
once. It's fucking horrific. It is horrific, but it looks so Like, it was such a beautiful game for how fucking horrible it is at the same time.
Make that, I understand that quote, because it's set in like a real bad time, but it also looks great.
Yeah. But other than that, fuck all. Yourself, what have you been up to lately, Fraser?
Not much at all. I watched like I said, I've been watching Picard and Doctor Who, keeping up with that. I'm trying to think. I don't know. Not very much at all.
See, consistency.
I watched the first episode of Lock and Key.
Right, and we'll change that.
It's not bad. I'm gonna keep up with it, but it's definitely like it's centered to like young adults.
Yeah.
But I definitely am going to keep up with it. I'll see if it progresses where I'm like, oh yeah, I like this. I watched The Pharmacist on Netflix, which is a documentary about the opium epidemic and the Oxycontin stuff. It was interesting. Not too long, not like another 6-episode thing. There's a new one that's went on that is 6 episodes, but I might see how I feel about it, which is it's called Who Killed Malcolm X. Might watch that. And another thing, I rewatched The Fifth Element for shits and giggles.
Why not? Still as good as you remember?
At points, yeah.
So some bits where you're like,
some of it, like I'm still like it's good.
Yeah.
But then other points where like Mila Jovovich is still great. Like Lilo Dallas Multipass is still good.
Yeah.
Baron Corbin is, but what? Sorry, Bruce Willis is.
Wow.
Yeah, it's because they're both baldish.
Great.
Do you know who I genuinely like forgot how good it is in this movie? Is Chris Tucker as Ruby Rose.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Is hilarious. I forgot how hilarious it is, but I also forgot how stupid Gary Oldman looks in that weird ass latex half goatee weird thing.
Still a good performance though.
I think that's it. I still enjoyed it. And I know that one thing I did realise by watching The Fifth Element again, that it did start the whole like, love is the real thing you need to worry about. Like, do you know what we need to sort out? Love and peace. Like, you know, where folk make that joke from now on, where they're like, what is the last thing? Is it love? Because that's what The Fifth Element did. Because that's what it is, basically. And you now knowing that cliche, you can totally tell it follows the cliche.
Good.
Still weird as shit though. Like, there's points where the lassie's really powerful and then not, and then is. I'd still love her orange hair though.
That's because you're a freak. But anyway.
I still like her orange hair. I think it's good. And the only thing I'm going to do is that I said this last week, and I will say it again because I will do it. I will watch Uncut Gem at some point.
Sure.
But there's another thing I want to do is that Netflix recently got the rights to all the Studio Ghibli films.
Yes.
And I have only seen one Studio Ghibli film, which is Spirited Away, because who hasn't seen Spirited Away?
Yeah.
But it's put a lot of them on there, and I've heard some are good, some are alright, and some are fucking fantastic. My Neighbor Tonto.
Well, the dragons I want to see.
Yeah, My Neighbor Tonto's there.
Yeah.
Castle in the Sky's there.
Yeah.
The one about the weird man that gets cursed as a pig and as a pilot is there.
Yeah.
I know Spirited Away. Like
they've put a lot of anime on now.
They're getting it's like up in February, March, up to we're getting like a certain amount of films per month. So we've got a few on now, and then in March we'll get a few more.
Are they going to take away ones though?
No, like they were all going to be there.
Good, because I've see how they put loads of Naruto Shippuden films on. I've literally watched most of them.
They also put on a My Hero Academia movie as well.
Not seen it yet. I'm going to watch that at some point.
But they did pile on a lot of that thing. But I'm going to. Do you know what it is about the Studio Ghibli films? I don't know where to start.
They're not all connected. So
I know they're not connected, but it's more about like I don't know, because I know that some of them are like not child centered, but I know that some of them are more kid friendly than others.
Yeah, I think you just look to the rating for that.
I don't know where to start. I did look at a list about what is the best Studio Ghibli films, and I obviously like Spirited Away and My Neighbor Tonto. I haven't seen My Neighbor Tonto, and that was number 1, and Spirited Away was number 2. And Spirited Away is what puts Studio Ghibli on like the Western cultural map. Yeah. So at this point, I don't think like if you're into that sort of thing, you haven't seen Spirited Away.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing to start if you feel like watching those types of
But
films.
Spirited Away isn't getting put on until next month, I think. But My Neighbor Tonto is on, so I think I'll start with that because I've heard that it's good.
Good call.
Apart from that, that's it, man. That's
awesome.
I think I'm going to watch some of the Studio Ghibli stuff.
Yes, I've got two choices.
Right. Well, would you want me to tell where people are and where they can find us?
You fire off and you do it.
Cool. Well, you can find us on YouTube at Pointless Point of View. If you want to give us a subscribe, hit that wee bell thing, which apparently works. And you can find us at Pointless Point of View on Instagram. We put up stuff and cuts that we're going to cover. You can find us at Of Pointless on Twitter, which Callum runs, which I don't tweet and don't have Twitter, but I mean, I will get it if I want. Callum still has his gaming channel, which he puts up content every now and again, but it's more about just finding the right thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know what number of episode this is, but we're pretty piling through a lot of them. You got
40,
any?
41, I think.
41? Yeah. Well, we're...
Oh, my two choices are...
Right.
They're like, this isn't optional. This is one will come before the other if we can get to the other. Right.
Right, okay.
That's weird. If we can, Parasite's my option.
Right, but that's a struggle. Right.
If we
okay.
can't, G.I. Joe Retaliation is my option too.
What, the second one?
Yes.
Why?
Because you said that and I'm like, I really want to watch that film now.
Is that the one with The Rock? Why? Of all the films to pick?
Why not? It could have been worse.
It could have been a lot worse. Right. I feel like Parasite is hard.
No, you don't know. We'll see. We'll see the possibilities of what can happen.
So what you're saying is that next episode is either going to be something class with Parasite.
Yes.
Or something shit with G.I. Joe Retaliation.
Yes.
Did you have to look up the sequel name?
No. Because I was
sad that you know that. Because I didn't know that. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go.
Hopefully next week is Parasite. Like I hope it's Parasite. And I've been Fraser.
I've been Carl.